opportunity to maybe make it into the top six, but they were always coming from behind. And you look at Derby's record against the top six, including this game, it would be drawn 6, lost 6, no wins at all. You've got to pick up points against those around the top of the table to have any real hope of being there themselves. But they have reached the playoffs 4 times in 6 years, but Philip Cocu will hope to get another opportunity. There are a number of young players in this Derby team as well, it should be said, and they've gained so much experience this season as Clark plays a long diagonal ball forward onto the chest of Martin, who scored for Derby in the closing seconds at Elland Road in the corresponding game in September, which ended 1-1. 53 minutes played here, 0-0 at the moment on TalkSport, as Clark comes over the halfway line, striding out from the back for Derby. A support from Martin to his right, but in the end it's all the way back towards Rooney. And now Davis. And here is Clark again. Very deliberate from Derby as they try and break this Leeds team down. Infield towards Sibley, who tries to roll the challenge of Struick on the edge of the penalty area. Struick maybe had hold of him, but here is Bird. Bird, though, is crowded out, but does well to win it back on the edge of the box from Alioski. Bogle sweeps in the cross, which is cleared away at the near post, and then Poveda is there, but he plays it straight towards Martin, and Martin's shot is deflected in, and Derby County have the lead. Well, Leeds had a couple of opportunities there to clear the ball away. They didn't, and eventually Chris Martin's shot looped up over Casilla via Luke Ayling, and the champions are behind at Pride Park.
Yeah, it wasn't brilliant defending. I know that go down as Derby's first shot on goal, I think. And again, it was a big deflection that looped over Casilla in the end. No real opportunity. The intensity from Leeds wasn't really there in their defensive capabilities. They allowed Derby too much time and space in and around the edge of the box to just pop the ball around. I mean, in the end, when it broke free to Martin on his left foot, Luke Ayling was sliding in, managed to get a foot on it, but to no avail, as it just looped up over the top of the goalkeeper into the empty net.
Chris Martin's 12th goal of the season. He's now scored in both of the matches against Leeds. And he agreed a short-term contract to see out this season after his original deal expired. As a free kick has been given to Derby for a challenge on Knight by Dallas. It's taken quickly, looking for Waghorn, but it's tidied up by Douglas, but Waghorn harasses him towards what is usually the away end on the far side here, but Leeds have bodies around the ball to eventually play their way out of trouble, and it will be interesting to see their response here. That's only the 5th goal they've conceded in 12 and a half games. Alioski down the left-hand side will try and take on Bogle, level with the edge of the penalty area, back in field towards Hernandez, a right-footed ball from him, sprayed wide towards the far post, and Poveda clips it back towards Hernandez again, who brings it down. His right-footed volley is blocked. Hernandez with a second shot, and that's a quality finish by Pablo Hernandez, and that is why he is so valuable to this Leeds United side. 35 years of age, but he simply oozes quality, and seconds after falling behind, Leeds are level, 1-1.
Oh, Derby have poked the bear, haven't they? Woke them up out of hibernation. Yeah, it has been a little bit sleepy start to this second half. Pablo Hernandez get 2 bites of the cherry, had the first shot, came back to him, but that's when I talk about that composure, that ability to stay calm under pressure. A lot of players would have snatched at the second opportunity, would have panicked. No, he just opened himself up and guided that ball into the corner of the net.
Pablo Hernandez adding to his very impressive tally of goals and assists under Marcelo Bielsa. Now, there's 21 goals and 19 assists, and of course he got the key goal in the run-in in many ways in the final moments against Swansea last week, just when it seemed they were about to give hope to the chasing pack by dropping points.
Just seen the replay nicely. It's a fabulous finish. The first one, he takes it on the chest and he tries the volley, and it gets blocked and it comes back out to him, and he's on the edge of the box, really, maybe a yard
Stroked
inside,
in.
and he does. It's just a little side foot ping into the corner of the net. Great ability, great control on the finish, but knows exactly what he's doing, placing that inches inside the post. Absolutely fantastic finish.
His 9th goal of the season, and he will surely have some sort of role to play for Leeds. As you said before the game, Danny, he could be a very good player to have as a cameo up your sleeve in certain games next season.
But he's also a great player to have on the training ground. He's got great experience as well, and you need players to put their foot on the ball sometimes, and have that little bit of composure, as he's just kicked one out of play, which I don't think he's done that for 2.5 seasons.
No, he has been somebody who has really taken so much trust on from Bielsa and delivered for him in virtually every game, and Bielsa was delighted with the manner of that finish. 1-1 here with 58 minutes played on TalkSport. It's still Bournemouth 0, Southampton 1, although Southampton have also missed a penalty in that game, where it was saved by Aaron Ramsdale, as Leeds come forward now with Shackleton wide towards Dallas down the right hand side. 3 wait for the cross, but Dallas comes in field left footed, looking for Hernandez again, but it's nodded clear by Rooney, brought down by Martin, who scored the Derby goal, and Sibley plays it wide to this near side, and Bogle will just try and hold the ball up, but he's quickly challenged by Alioski, and that will be a throw-in for Derby County on this near side. A reminder of the breaking news earlier on this afternoon. 2 managerial changes today. We've learned that Nigel Pearson has departed at Watford in the Premier League, and Danny Cowley has also been sacked, having steered Huddersfield to safety in the Championship.
Sorry, Nigel, just remind me, Nigel Pearson took over. Watford were in dire straits, weren't they?
Yes, couldn't buy a goal. Nailed to the bottom of the Premier League.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to get my head around it. I don't, well, we're probably going to find out more as the evening wears on, but bizarre sometimes, bizarre.
Let's go to Old Trafford now. There's been a wicket in the cricket, and TalkSport's John Norman.
I wonder if this is too little too late. 199 for 4. Craig Brathwaite caught and bowled by Ben Stokes. All effort bowling round the wicket, banging the ball in. Brathwaite trying to clip it to the leg side, but leading edge saw the ball go back to the bowler. West Indies at 71 runs away from the follow-on target. 199 for 4.
1-1 here at Pride Park. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Chris Martin for Derby, Pablo Hernandez for Leeds, as Hernandez now just rides the challenge of Davis, who plays an excellent ball into the space down this near side, the left, and Alioski, but Bogle did well to eat up the ground there, make the challenge, and both players went sprawling towards the corner flag, and a free kick has been given for Bogle's final challenge on Alioski.
Bogle just getting a little bit too aggressive in that corner. It's basically a corner. It's 2 yards in from the touchline. Leeds, it looks like they're going to play it short though, so it's unusual for them just to put the ball into the box.
Douglas and Hernandez are over this free kick. Everybody is back defending here for Derby. It's in towards that near post, and it's flicked on by Roberts, an audacious flick on the left corner of the penalty area, and it floats onto the roof of the netting.
But again, they knew exactly what they were doing. There was obviously some kind of signal where Roberts came from the far post, bursting across the near post, and the free kick was knocked in at a low trajectory, so it was on the volley rather than a header, and he just tried to sort of flick it with the outside of his boot.
Now Bogle, much better game now since those 2 quick-fire goals. 61 minutes played on TalkSport. 1-1 here at Pride Park. We have Manchester United against Chelsea coming up from 5 o'clock on TalkSport, the FA Cup semi-final. Currently underway over on TalkSport 2. It is goalless between Barnsley and Forest in the Championship. If it stays like that, Barnsley will be down today. Now Bogle, infield towards Rooney. Rooney just jabs a pass to Clark on the edge of the penalty area. And it's been a real hallmark of the way Derby have played. They do try and pass the ball out from the back. It's a typical Dutch style really under Philip Cocu, but it can be a bit too languid at times. Maybe they don't quite have the personnel to get the ball into the areas as quickly as they need to.
And this is the whole point. You know, you can only play great football like that if you have the right personnel. And this is I think the difficulty now of the modern day manager, where everybody wants you to play out from the back. Everybody expects that, but you've got to have the players to do it.
Another ball worked into the penalty area for Leeds on this near side by Douglas, but it's blocked by the backside of Bogle, and it will be an opportunity for Leeds to bring it forward again. They're going to make a double change here. Graham Shinney and Lee Buchanan will be coming on shortly as Paveda. Step overs galore from him as his cross into the penalty area is blocked by Forsyth, and Forsyth will eventually just muscle in and hook the ball away on the far side for a throw into Leeds. And you're right, they were stung by that goal.
Yeah, they were. I mean, you know, as much as they are champions, you know, Marcelo Bielsa has won them the championship, they still won't want to lose. You know, winning becomes a habit. There is still a certain amount of pride, however many, 7 changes, you know, before kick-off. Leeds will still not want to lose this game. And I think there might be some sort of muted celebrations after this, but obviously the big celebrations will be at Ellen Road on Wednesday.
And it's ironic that Lee Bowyer will be bringing his team there, maybe needing a win to stay up.
Well, it was interesting. I spoke to Leeds press officer at half-time, and he said before I think this is all happening, he said Lee had texted him just to wish him good luck and said, I hope you've won the championship by the time you play us on Wednesday. I think Lee might be hoping for a favour from his old side.
Double change now for Derby. Forsyth is the first player to make his way off, to be replaced by Buchanan, and it's Sibley who is the second, and it's Shinney who will come on for him, and it's more of a defensive change here. Derby have just lost a grip on that midfield area. And Shinney will try and shore that up for them. We have played 64 minutes here, and it's still Derby 1, Leeds 1 on TalkSport. 2 goals in 2 minutes just after half-time. It's still Bournemouth 0, Southampton 1 in the Premier League, with Spurs against Leicester kicking off at 4 o'clock. Now Douglas for Leeds, wearing number 3 on this near side, up towards Roberts on the edge of the penalty area as the sun emerges from behind a cloud again, but Roberts has been challenged. Whitehall will now come forward and find Bird, and it's wide towards Rooney down the right-hand side for Derby, but his low cross into the penalty area is blocked by Douglas, and it will be a throw-in for Derby County. Now Rooney again. Penalty area which Derby are attacking was momentarily illuminated with sunshine as Shinney plays it forward towards Bird, and it's back in field towards Davis. And Davis's ball forward doesn't find Whitehall, and it's behind for a goal kick. And we spoke in the first half, Danny, about goalkeepers not wearing caps, and Sam Matterface was in touch during half-time to say that Dean Henderson has been wearing one on a couple of occasions for Sheffield United this season, so it's Chris Wilder's attention to detail.
Well, I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah,
I've often wondered as why. I don't know. I assume it would be legal. You know, like they get the cricketers that wear the glasses that obviously help them to see the ball. You know, really.
Oh, there was a hefty challenge there between Shinney and Alioski, and they both came away walking.
You don't see many of them in this day and age, don't you? You don't get many 50-50s at all. No, I've often wondered, would it be a bit weird if a goalkeeper wore those sort of sunglasses, especially in really, really bright conditions?
Well, I thought the Derby players might have been wearing infrared spy glasses today just to make a point after last season, but the ball's gone behind and it's a goal kick, which
don't believe everything you hear, Nigel. None of it was true.
Apart from the bit that Mr. Bielsa admitted to, but that was a hell of a press conference he gave.
But I mean, and I still, when you look at it now, you still don't really have anything wrong with it. You know, there's no real wrongdoing in that. You know, someone was watching training. Big deal. You know, that's happened. Yeah. How many internationals have you covered where you get to go in to the night before and watch, you know, bits and pieces, whatever, and it's supposedly an empty stadium, and then we do a few set pieces. You don't think there's people with a little notepad in the executive boxes?
I'm sure there are. I've seen them.
Yeah. I mean, I think an awful lot more was made of that than was necessary at the time.
It all adds to the legend of El Loco. And it's all come good for him this season. And Bader now has a shirt that he basically detailed virtually every single player in the Championship and how Leeds will combat.
Were you there? Because I think there were reporters there that were desperate to leave because they had to fire reports and things,
exactly,
but were too scared to walk out.
You don't leave a Bielsa press conference when it's in full flow. Now Alioski on the edge of the area, and it's Shinnie who brings it forward. And he's the sort of coach as well that journalists love, because he'll give you the team. He'll say, this is how we're going to play. These are the personnel. Deal with it. Now the flag's up against Leeds. They're flagged offside. The midpoint of the second half here. And it's Derby County 1, Leeds United 1. And both teams will head towards this near side for drinks again.
Well, it's a drinks break, isn't it, that's turned into a little tactician break, I think. Now, some people have suggested that this should continue next season. No, it needs to stop as soon as possible, and get rid of it. It's an unnecessary break in play. Players don't be needing drinks at this stage.
Well, while we do have a break here, let's go to the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth against Southampton and Alex Crook.
Bournemouth 0, Southampton 1. The big moment in this second half, that penalty save from Aaron Ramsdale, keeping out a poor spot kick, in all honesty, from Danny Ings. Would have been Ings' second goal of the afternoon. Would have been the point surely for Southampton. Bournemouth have actually been the better team for much of the contest, but they've struggled to get the ball in and around the penalty area. It took until the 67th minute for them to get their first shot on target. Harry Wilson off the bench in this second half, firing tamely at Alex McCarthy, and a few moments ago McCarthy making a much better save with the legs to keep out Dom Solanke from a tight angle at the near post. 12 minutes ago, the sands of time running out for Bournemouth, not just today but maybe in the Premier League as well. It's Bournemouth 0, Southampton 1.
And thanks Alex. Let's check in now with the Formula 1, the Hungarian Grand Prix, and Graham Courtney.
Well, to say that Lewis Hamilton is cruising through this race is an absolute joke. He's 24 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen, so it means he's going to actually win this Hungarian Grand Prix for the 8th time in his career, equaling a Michael Schumacher record. He's looking so strong at the moment. In third place is Lance Stroll, fourth is Valtteri Bottas, but Hamilton looking really good. He is going to win the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Thanks, Graham. Still goalless as well at Oakwell in the first half, where Barnsley have to win against Nottingham Forest today to give themselves any hope of staying up on the final evening. On Wednesday they will go to Brentford. That game will be live on TalkSport 2. On TalkSport it is West Brom against Queen's Park Rangers. A win for the Baggies and they will be back in the Premier League. And on Tuesday night, crucial match for Aston Villa at home to Arsenal. Full commentary live and exclusive to national radio on TalkSport. As Casilla clears downfield for Leeds, up towards the edge of the penalty area. 20 minutes to play here. 1-1 at Pride Park. And we'll be taking your calls following this game. 08717 223344. And much to discuss, not just about Leeds United, but the news earlier on today that both Huddersfield and Watford have dispensed with their managers today. And we understand Hayden Mullins and Graham Stack will be in charge for Watford in their final two games as they look to seal safety at the bottom of the Premier League. And in the Championship, Huddersfield got their safety by winning a game which sent Leeds back to the Premier League. But the Cowley brothers have been dismissed today. We understand it is over the style of play employed, but it's fairly similar to the style of play which was employed during the Cowley successful time, which brought them to the attention of bigger clubs at Luton. That's at Lincoln, rather.
And the style of play that's got them to safety.
Exactly.
Be careful what you wish for, owners.
Had it not been for the Cowleys, it could have been back-to-back relegations for Huddersfield Town, so it will be interesting to see in which direction they now go. And they have said they will not be looking for applications for the new post, as Chris Martin was involved in an aerial duel just in front of us here. And I think it's Stuart Dallas, the player who is, no, it's not Dallas, it's Ayling, the player who is down. And may require some treatment here. A player who came on himself to replace Gaetano Berardi,
who I think is now in the stands with a knee brace on. So we wish him all the best and hope it's not too serious.
Calvin Phillips is also here today with a similar brace on following his knee injury right before the end of the season. He will be a real talisman for Leeds in the Premier League next season. Now Douglas infield towards Hernandez again. Ben White clips it across the penalty area, but Ayling was available. And Ayling now will stride forward up towards the halfway line for Leeds. Finds Hernandez. Lovely first-time ball in field towards Shackleton. Roberts now, midway inside the Derby half. Plays it square to the left. And Douglas once again. Alioski just holds his run to the left, and it's back towards Douglas. Hernandez now popping up. Douglas made the run around the back, but it's Roberts inside the area now. Just meanders towards this near side, clips a high ball towards the far post, where he finds only Wayne Rooney, who brings it down. And Shinnie now will work it wide towards Buchanan, as Derby look to break now in what's been a very watchable second half after a fairly soporific opening 45 minutes. Bogle now plays it back towards Davis, and Davis will go all the way back towards Calaros once again. And Marcelo Bielsa perches on the edge of the technical area as Martin comes forward for Derby down their left-hand side. Buchanan around the back delivers a decent cross into the area. Bogle was waiting for it. Alioski's clearance was up rather than away, and Bogle now will gather. Looks to twist away from both Hernandez and Alioski, and does so, but his dink cross towards the near post is gathered by Casilla.
Bogle should have gambled at the far post. It was a fabulous cross, but he just waited. He was like, make that run across Alioski, get yourself the goal. All you have to do is get across Alioski, get in front of him, get a touch on it, and there's every chance that Casilla's got a very, very difficult save to make. But he just waited and hesitated.
74 minutes gone here at Pride Park on TalkSport. Derby 1, Leeds United 1. Still goalless at Oakwell between Barnsley and Forest, and Saints still lead at Bournemouth by a 1-0 in the Premier League. And that will be a terrible result for Eddie Howe's team if it stays like that. Spurs against Leicester kicks off in around 20 minutes time, and we've got commentary on the FA Cup semi-final between Manchester United and Chelsea at 5 o'clock here on TalkSport with Mark Sagas and the team live from Wembley. Roberts now slides it into the penalty area. Shackleton with an opportunity, and what a brilliant finish from Jamie Shackleton, and the Leeds-born youngster comes up with a goal in the first match since Leeds were confirmed as the champions, and he took it absolutely superbly. And even though Leeds have nothing to play for, Bielsa still keeps them going. 2-1.
Against Leeds going forward, you know, when they break at speed, they've got some real quality going forward. And again, for a player that's had his injury problems, you know, has been on the fringes of the team this season, young Leeds lad, he's come back in today, and again a real good sweet finish. Didn't panic, didn't blast it, just placed it in at the near post. Just wanting to see the replay, just wondering whether the goalkeeper maybe could have done a little bit better in that area.
But it was quality football from Leeds, and from the moment they scored, Derby County, they have been up against it, and it's also Shackleton's first goal for Leeds, and that will mean an awful lot to him. It's a free kick now for Derby County, 15 yards inside the Leeds half. They led briefly, and now they trail by 2-1, and in many ways their second half has summed up their season. Rooney is over the free kick, but not before Leeds make a change, and it's Poveda who will be replaced by Jack Harrison.
Just seeing the goal again, Nigel. Tyler Roberts comes off the front, gets the ball, turns, he's in space, and he plays an exquisite ball through for Jamie Shackleton, and it's a really good sweet finish. Goalkeeper comes out, can't really react. I mean, it's 16 yards out, and he just dinks it over the goalkeeper. Really good finish from Jamie Shackleton. Poveda comes off. He's not, if that's an audition,
Flattered to deceive, possibly.
Yeah, hasn't really done enough, has he?
Rooney over the free kick here for Derby. Swept into the area, looking for the head of Martin, but headed away by Struick. And now Leeds can look to break. Harrison, with his first involvement on this near side, has Roberts and Hernandez in field. Dallas now down the left, providing the outlet to deliver the cross, but it's back towards Douglas. Douglas now finding Harrison once again. Will try and tease Knight infield towards Dallas. And Leeds here playing with a real swagger, really, since they scored the equalising goal. Ben White now looking to stride forward. Square towards Hernandez. He's got an opportunity to find Shackleton again, this time wide on the right-hand side. And now Hernandez looking to go beyond the challenge of Davis. He's got support from Shackleton. It's infield towards Alioski. It's terrific play from Leeds. Now the high cross into the penalty area from Hernandez is just over the head of Harrison, who was offside. But again, it's football which is so pleasing on the eye, isn't it? And even at a time when Leeds know they've done the job, that professionalism now from Bielsa has really seeped through the whole team.
Pass and move, 1-2 touch passing, you know, and as soon as you've passed the ball, don't stand still.
But here was an opportunity now at the other end for Buchanan. He breaks into the penalty area and it's blocked by the legs of Casilla. Leeds there almost caught out at the other end, and it was Knight in the end who fired in the shot, and Casilla was able to make the save.
It was Luke Ayling slipped on the far side of the pitch that allowed them to get in. And you're thinking one-on-one, it should be 2 each, but good save from Casilla.
Here is Harrison now, down the right-hand side for Leeds. He breaks infield. His shot, though, was blocked by Clark. It comes out towards Roberts. Roberts back infield onto his left foot. And yet again, it's a shot from him today, which goes high and wide.
But just by the way that Leeds play, that the 1-2 touch passing that they have, the moment they've made a pass, they don't stand still. They don't wait. They move into space at speed. And, of course, that means whoever's on the ball always has 2 or 3 options, and that makes it much, much easier to play football.
Now Bogle down the line for Derby, into the feet of Waghorn, who just turns into Alioski, and Derby have the throw-in just in front of the Leeds technical area. There's more movement on the Leeds bench as well, with 11 minutes to play here on TalkSport. Derby 1, Leeds 2, after Derby took the lead early in the second half. And Bird tries to play a ball around the corner on this near side, pressurised by Shackleton, straight out of play, and that will be a throw-in for Leeds United, who are heading for their 11th victory in 13 games at the end of this season. It is the complete opposite to what happened to them just over 12 months ago, when they crumbled right at the end, but they are getting